Okay then, here's the plan. Do you remember Larry, that unit we would defend with god powers? Well, now we're gonna give him the god powers. We're gonna pump so much power into Larry, he's going to glow. But the question is, just how powerful can he be? Welcome back to a totally accurate battle simulator. My name is Crow, and today we're gonna have a little fun with our friend Larry. For those of you who don't know who Larry is, this is our boy right here. He is our best friend. He is our main man. If this was a wedding, he would be your best man. Larry is one of our favorite units here in Tabs, and we're gonna turn him into a god. Now, how in the world are we going to turn Larry into a god? I am so glad you asked. Luckily, using this little unit creator over here, we can take this amazing mod created by none other than Midnight Gal and edit Larry and give him all the god powers we could ever want. Let's start off by picking our potion seller right here. Here's Larry in all of his glory. And we'll mosey on down here to the edit button and just give it a click. Now, what happened to your face? Larry, you okay? What happened to your face? I didn't do anything yet. That's not me. Somebody ripped off Larry's face. This feels like a scene out of Hannibal Lecter. Ugh. So let's start by naming him Larry, right? L-A-R-R-Y, Larry to gods. Wow. Larry to gods. Larry, he's our man. If he can do it, great. What do we do to you to make you into a god? Well, I don't know about you. But when I think of a god, I think of somebody who can fly. I mean, there's no god in this game that can just sit there on the ground, so we're going to give him a combat move, and we're going to give him the hover ability. And we'll just start there, and let's go take a look and see how this looks. Let's just move on over to God Larry and take a look. Let's put a little club right there, and I want to take a look at Larry, who is now hovering off the ground. I couldn't be happier, but there is still something horribly, disgustingly wrong with his face. We need to give Larry, like, a face mask or something. All right, we gotta do something with his face. It's just really uncomfortable. CP potion seller head. No, we don't want to have him a head. Oh, the hobo hair. I love hobo hair. You know what? We're gonna keep the hobo hair. Now we give him some clothes. Glowing white god hair. Sounds good. He needs godly clothes. Something epic. Do we give him a gown? That's a great question. Oh, a Zeus outfit. Yeah, that's perfect.
6.5 hours later.
Here we are in the ancient sandbox, and we're going to go over here and grab onto the god Larry. And I just want to see him in all of his glory. Just want to zoom in. I want him to glow white like the heavens themselves with some golden accents. And guys, that is exactly what we're getting. Now, the golden accents are not quite golden enough. They look pretty good. And he's floating there. He's looking particularly godly, but I think the belt and the arm guards and the shoulder piece a little bit more dark and not so light orange. But he's coming along nicely, guys. That's a little bit better, a little bit more glowy, very godly, very divine. Now let's work on his superpowers. Oh, ho, ho. It is time to have a little bit of fun with Larry's superpowers. First and foremost, weapons. Larry doesn't need potions. Larry needs godly weapons. So first and foremost, he's going to throw thunderbolts because you got to throw some thunder as a god. Then maybe he wields a tree sword. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't see the tree sword. Let's check. Does Larry the god have a tree sword? He has a tree sword. Are you kidding me? Can I just make Larry dual wield tree swords? Because why not? Is he going to be an earthly god? Hold on. Fight this halfling, please. We're just gonna throw lightning at the halfling. I want to see you smack something with a tree sword. Okay, let's fix this. I'm not feeling Larry as the tree god. Okay, I want to change this. So I gave Larry an interesting attack, and there it is. He actually shoots Hwachas out of his hands, but he wasn't aiming at enemies. Come on, shoot the Hwacha. Another quick test. I made them a bit closer. No, he shoots the Hwachas straight down. That's not quite right. Not godly enough. I have to be honest. Designing a god like this is a ton of fun. I'm like a child in a toy store. I've had so many options here. This is so cool. You know, I think a giant punch, in case anything ever gets close, seems to make the most sense for me. And the scale is 1.29. If I increase that, will he punch more? Now, first and foremost, let's increase his HP by a lot because he is a god. His size multiplier, we're going to make him 3 times bigger because he's a god. He's got to be a bit imposing. And movement speed multiplier, we'll start with a 10. Okay, we're going to start there. It might go more. I'll have to wait and see. Block everything. Oh, that sounds really good. Cavalry charge. Ooh, I want him to charge in a comp. That sounds fantastic. Fog? No, I want to be able to see the fight. Night charge and Minotaur charge. I want him like literally charging around the field like crazy. I mean, he's a god. Projectile dodge. Painter. Anything he can't dodge, he's going to block. Does he need a shout? Does he need a knockback? Yeah, you know what? We're going to let the god scream like a god. And if we don't feel like his flight is enough, we'll give him wings, but that's later, okay? I think that's really good for combat moves. Okay, let's go with our first fight involving Larry to God. Or to God Larry. He is now 3 times as tall as a regular mortal, which for me kind of feels fitting. Glowing beautifully like a god. I'm very excited to try this guy out. And to start, we're going to just grab a handful of clubbers and see how this goes. So he does charge in, and he does have a lot of movement speed, throwing that lightning. I want to see him try and get in there. There's the shout. I want to get in there and I want to punch stuff. The lightning is fun. There's a shout. I want the punch. The massive, giant punch. You have a fist of fury. I wish I could, like, increase his attack speed. I wish I could increase his attack amount, the amount of damage he has. I wish I could make him throw a whole bunch more lightning. I wish I could power him up even more in this regard. But so far, it's not bad. Let's keep tweaking it. Larry, I gotta be honest, I'm not feeling the lightning. That does not seem fun at all. We're going to do 2 giant punches, and I'm also going to do the giant slam. Where is it? And we're going to remove the night charge. I think that that's going to do like a flyby. We don't want him to fly by. We want him to charge in and keep fighting. So instead of those horse ones that I meant for jousting, we're going to do things like jump Thor and jump Wolverine. I want him to get in. We're also going to remove shout. No need on that. Remove shout. I want him in there, punching stuff, having a good time. Also hovering and blocking, and we're going to do all that jazz. Here we go. Can we make the amazing god Larry get in there and beat up on these guys and punch the ground? The shout is still there. Okay, there's the foot stomp. That's great. But why is the shout still there? I thought I deleted it. So he seems to be doing a whole lot of the foot stomping, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of giant punches. Maybe it's because he's floating that he can't giant punch. This foot stomp is great. That is exactly what I want to do as a giant god, but I don't want the shout. How do I fix that? Okay, this time I think I've successfully removed the shout. Let's get Larry down. Let's get some enemies down. And he's hovering. No shout so far. He's still in the combat. I'm starting to see some of those ground pounds. That's what I want to see. I want to see ground pounds. I want to see flips. I want to see the god Larry is doing damage to massive armies. Now, I don't have access to his attack modifiers, though that was a pretty good attack. If I had access to his attack modifiers, I can make the explosions bigger. I can make the punches do more damage. I can do a lot of really cool things like that, but I don't have access to those kinds of statistics. I just deleted Larry. Fear not, I have a backup right here. Now, this whole scale thing for the punches. What happens if I take the scale and I just, right, quote this and I go, scale of 10, right? And whatever this factor is, I'll make it a scale of 10. And all of these parameters, I don't even know what the parameters do, but we're gonna make them scales of 10. Do you think this is a great idea? Is this gonna make his punches bigger? I have no idea, but we're gonna find out the hard way. Now, I'm a little worried about what's gonna happen with my god with a larger scale punch. Just take some squires, and we're gonna see what happens. If the punch is actually technically larger. I don't think it's technically larger. Why is punching up here in the sky? Is that what this scale does? I wanted a really big punch. Now, you notice that the punches are actually above the ground. Yeah, see that? They're not actually getting down to the ground. So if the scale does make them bigger, brings them off the ground. Interesting. Let's have a little bit of fun with our god Larry now, shall we? We're going to drop Larry here on the field right there, and we're also going to drop down a bunch of archers. He's supposed to have an amazing deflect ability. Let's find out. And sure enough, he's able to block everything, though he does like fly around the field like crazy with this weird glide. So what if I remove the hover and made him just run? Do you think he'll function better? Do you think he'll punch the ground better? I think he will. I'm loving Larry. He's going along nicely. But we need to step it up because he's just kind of going crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry no longer hovers. We're going to drop him on the ground. He's going to fight, and it's going to be fantastic. And the thing he's going to fight is actually a bunch of Zeus. Our god Larry versus their god Zeus. He charged in. And Belly flopped. And he's on the ground. And Larry can't get up. Oh, Larry, your legs. What's wrong with them? Is it because you're too big? Oh, there it goes. Larry, this is not how a god's supposed to operate. You've got legs. You've got limbs. You can walk. Now you're seeing a lot more punches, which is good. That's what I wanted. I wanted Larry to come in here and just dominate units kind of like this. But he's not graceful in the slightest. Boom, and just knocked that Zeus on his butt and it kicked that Zeus down. Larry is not a graceful. He's no ballerina. He's no ballet dancer. He's a special boy, guys. However, Larry is more powerful than all these Zeuses. It's only a matter of time until he finally connects on a Zeus. You gonna finish him, bud? Anytime now. There we go. He's done. Maybe Larry's too big. Maybe we need to shrink him. Maybe we need to make Larry actually smaller. 0.5. Give him a mass of 5. A movement speed multiplier of 20. Let's speed Larry up, shrink him down, and see what he can do. Let's grab little Larry. Oh, there he is. He's so tiny. And Larry's going to fight a bunch of mammoths. As you can see, Larry is now tiny. And he flopped over. Oh my god, where'd he go? Okay, so I gave him that times 20 speed multiplier. There he is in the sky. Kind of doing his own thing. There you are, Larry. Can you put a punch down on these guys? He's like, actually, he's like climbing up their snouts, climbing up their trunks, getting in there, doing the giant punches. Remember, he does have the 2 giant punches as well. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Larry! Larry. Guys, by increasing his mass, did I increase his punching power? That's a question that I have. Oh my god, he just dive bombed, landed on that mammoth, and punched him out. Okay, let's try and increase his mass a bit more. The size is perfect. The speed could go up even just a bit more, times 30. And the mass, let's make it 10. Here we go, dropping to God Larry. And then Larry is going to fight a whole bunch of kings. Larry's speed is times 30. His speed seems to be a bit too much. He's in there. And he's dealing some damage. I think his mass makes him heavier, not knocked around as much. He is fighting all of these gods. He's in there, the little glowing ball of fury. In there fighting all the kings. I wish I could up his damage, up his explosion radius, and make him actually able to just one-shot stuff like some of the other amazing modders have been able to accomplish with different means of modding. And why didn't I think of this sooner? This fight's not even fair. How about like 30 Larrys jumping in and fighting all these giants? Look at them all. Look at all their little feet just bouncing around in there. All the punches going crazy. Now, if I could, again, increase their damage or the knockback, you would see ice giants go flying almost as if they were a one-punch man, but instead, we have to actually just kind of chill as the little Larrys just destroy each and every one of these ice giants. It's so powerful. He's so strong. There we go. It's all she wrote. Little Larry is victorious because he's a god.